It was meant to be just another ordinary evening, dinner, some mindless movie neither of us really cared about. The kind of night you settle into when love feels comfortable, familiar. Or so I thought. She laughed at something on her phone, the screen casting a soft glow in the dim light. For a fleeting second, just a second, I caught a glimpse of a name I didn't recognize. But something deep inside me twisted into knots. She noticed my stare, quickly flipped the phone face down, and laughed again. Nobody, she said casually. Just a friend. But when someone says nobody and hides her screen like it's on fire, you don't need proof. You just know. I try to push it away. Try to enjoy the evening to pretend I hadn't just seen the first crack in everything we'd built. But my mind spun racing. Her smile felt different. Forced? Her touch no longer lingered the way it used to. And her eyes were always somewhere else. I didn't confront her that night. No shouting, no acquiescence. I waited, watched, and listened. It didn't take long. She started staying up later, locking her phone, smiling at messages she clearly didn't want me to see. I became a ghost in my own home, while she transformed into a stranger wearing the face of the woman I once loved. Then one night, I broke. She was in the shower. The bathroom steamed thick in the air. Her phone buzzed on the nightstand. I wasn't going to check it, I swear. But my hand moved on its own, like it already knew the truth my heart wasn't ready to face. I picked up the phone. There it was. His name again. Only this time, it wasn't just a message or two. It was dozens, hundreds. Pictures, memories, plans I wasn't part of, secrets, desires, laughter, inside jokes, the kind we used to share, the kind that made it clear this wasn't some meaningless fling. This was deliberate. She hadn't just cheated. She had replaced me piece by silent piece. I didn't wait for her to come out of the shower. I didn't need to hear the lies or the excuses, the performances. I walked to the closet, grabbed my bag, took only what I needed, and I left just like that. No goodbye, no note, no sound. She didn't think I'd really do it, but she didn't know me anymore. The days that followed were a blur. I checked into a cheap hotel, ignored her texts and calls. She blew up my phone at first. Where are you? Talk to me. This isn't fair. I can explain, but what was there to explain? She made her choice, and I made mine. I blocked her number, deleted our photos, unfollowed everything, tried to erase her from my life. But you never really erase someone you loved. You just turn down the volume on their memory. 2 weeks later, I moved into a small apartment. Started over. Started breathing again. Some nights, I still woke up reaching out. A habit I couldn't shake. Cruel muscle memory. Heartbreak. But over time, the silence grew peaceful. The ache stopped screaming. 6 months passed. Then she found me. I was walking home from work, groceries in one hand, headphones in the other when I rounded the corner, and there she was standing outside my building, looking smaller not physically but emotionally, as if the weight of guilt had crushed her from the inside out. "Hey," she said softly, as if nothing had happened. I didn't respond, just stared. "Can we talk?" she asked. I should have walked past her, kept going. But I didn't. Maybe part of me wanted answers. Maybe part of me hoped to hear her admit it. We sat in a tiny cafe down the block, the kind I never took her to, my new sanctuary. She stirred her coffee, but didn't drink. Her hands trembled, her voice barely a whisper. "I never thought you'd really leave," she said. That was her first mistake. She thought love made me weak. It didn't. It made me strong enough to walk away. She said it wasn't serious, that she was lost, that it was a mistake. But mistakes don't stretch over months. Mistakes don't send you texts every morning. Mistakes don't replace the man you shared your bed with. She cried, said she missed me, said her life hadn't been the same. And I believed her. But that meant nothing because regret doesn't erase betrayal and guilt isn't love. "I don't need you to forgive me," she whispered. "I just needed you to know I still think about us." I nodded. For the first time in a long time, I felt nothing. No pain, no rage, no longing, just clarity. "You think about us," I said quietly, "but you didn't fight for us when it mattered." She didn't argue. She couldn't. She stood, waited for me to say something, anything. But I'd already said what mattered. I left her there at the table and walked back into my life. A life that no longer had room for someone who once thought I'd stay no matter what. If someone shows you what you mean to them, believe them. Don't wait for closure. Don't wait for apologies that come too late. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is leave when they least expect it and never look.